Good morning, traders. This is Perry Wilkie with StartupTrading.com. It is 8:45 a.m. Eastern Time on Friday, June 25th. So, coming out of last Friday's catastrophe, quad witch, just joking. Although it did look like you were puking up when it was happening, right? We just pulled into that halfway back long. You can use either of these swing lows from either May 12th or May 19th to the high that was before that of 20 or 42.49, and that targets up to around 42.90 each. So we'll see if we can hit that today. It might not be on the table today. Uh, we'll see. We have some pretty small ranges yesterday, and again in the overnight. So actually 2 days in a row. Wednesday and Thursday were both small bell to bell ranges. We didn't have any movement overnight tonight, so basically above 42.50 plus or minus 5 points. So 42.55, 45 to 42.55 is going to be a little bit sharper up, right? Remember, 42.49, which is basically 42.50, was the previous all-time high. So holding above that's going to be a little bit more bullish than not. And then for the extended session, it was 58 quarter. So keep those numbers in mind as we progress through the day. Looking at the Russell, it is got back above 23.21.10, and it's on its way to 23.41.60. We'll have to see if it has enough energy to get up above and hold that level. Otherwise, it could just chop backwards, basically to 22.30. I'm not looking for a whole lot of gumption in these indexes today. We'll see how it plays out. And then you can see the last time it was sold, it's been sold from many spots between 41.60 and 23.49. Looking at the NASDAQ, again, there's no references that you can put on this. You'll have to rely on some other technical analysis to put on here. There's really no support, and we're uncharted above. So there's nothing down to 14,204. That's probably more than it's got in the tank to get down to today. And then 14,150 is going to be a level, going forward sometime in the future. But we're probably going to just make some levels, in and around these areas. Loosely, you could look at this leg start up of 14,300 to these lows of 14,335. That little band is probably like no man's land. But it's a little small in here for me to look for anything, to be honest with you. So looking at the Dow has finally cleared back up above that 34,000 area. So the next levels for it are that 34,215 that it stalled out at the end of yesterday after that bank stress test results came in, and then we've just been hovering around here. So the next leg up is really in between the leg start down of 34,300 to 34,350, and then 34,423. Looking at the overnight action, a whopping 12 points, and we did have some semi-run trades that went off inside these indexes for everything except for the Nasdaq, right? As those bank stress tests results come out at 4:30, futures back, traded from 4:30 to 5 then yesterday, and we had all these semi-run trades. You can see the only one that's really holding above it is the Dow. So it probably has, with it being price weighted the way it is, it has the most to gain from the bank stress test, and then you got the Russell over here picking up some slack. So watch those as a little bit of a buffer. And to be honest with you, I'm not even going to be around today in the morning. I'm going to be out messing around. And since Friday afternoons are usually dull, I probably will not trade today. I have some positions on with bracketed, and I'll just let them play out as they will. And I'm not going to carry anything over the weekend. And then as we look at the single prints we have for the Russell from yesterday, it was the only one that had anything from the from yesterday's session. That's 23.90 to 23 26.90. So right in that area uh, should be support. So below basically 23.24 is going to be bearish for the Russell on an intraday basis, and then you probably have some trapped overhead supply until that last hour or so at least. If it doesn't regain those levels quickly, if it does indeed lose them. Looking at these level fours, because we have such a tight rate, if you want to take a screenshot of this and zoom in and look at it, it'd be ideal. Basically, anything that I've got on the screen right now would be perfectly reasonable to trade today. So all the way down to 42.43 up to 42.80 for the Dow, down to 33.567 and up to 34.557 for the Nasdaq. I would say down to 14,175 up to 14,600, and for the Russell, 2265 up to 2389. Right? I don't think we'll get that much out of the Russell. And the Russell would probably be a little bit smaller than that. Actually, it'd probably be 2290 on the low end, up to 2364 on the high end, right? Because it did have a little bit more movement yesterday. So like I said, I will not be around today, so there will be no 8 grid in the equity profiles. That is the bonus chart if I'm around, and I'm not going to be around today. Most days I am. So what you should do is on the 4 grid that you're looking at right now, what you want to do is as the bell rings, you want to pay a special attention to the red dotted line, which is the overnight high, and the green dotted line, which is the overnight low. And with your other key technical analysis involved. And you can see just looking at the wicks and the price action on a 30-minute bar chart, there's really no action below 42.56 down to 53. So really you could use 56 as that level. You guys have a great day. I hope everyone does well, has a nice weekend, and I will talk to you on Monday.